So it turns out that honey may not quite be as sweet as we first thought. Yes, fresh from the if it seems too good to be true, it probably is files, comes yet another internet controversy. And I thought, what better way than to start 2025 by talking about this controversy? What is it? Who does it affect? And what do you do about it? And can we avoid these sort of things in the future? Well, that's what I'd like to discuss here today. Hello, my name is Pete. This is the Studio Live Today podcast. My goal around here is to help you create, record, and release your best music. So you're probably thinking, how does this whole honey thing relate to that? And what is it? And why is it impacting people like me and you? Well, there's a few reasons for that. If you're a creator, if you're sharing music or sharing videos on YouTube, if you've ever bought a product, whether it's for your home studio or any other reason, you may actually be impacted by this situation. So we're going to break it down. We're going to talk about what honey is, what the controversy is, what it is that they are speculated to have done, how this has impacted you and me, especially me as a creator. We'll get into that. And then our conclusion at the end. What can we do about this sort of stuff? How do you stay vigilant? How do you avoid things that are too good to be true? So let's start with the basics. What is honey? Apart from a delicious thing you can put on your toast. Well, honey is a plugin. It's a browser extension. So if you've used the Chrome browser, you'd know that there's things called extensions, which you can install on top of your browser, and they can do a bunch of different things. Now, this particular extension helped you when you were shopping. So you're shopping online, you've watched the latest Pete Johns video, and I've said, the Audio Technica AT 2020 is a fabulous entry-level microphone for the home studio. And you're like, right, I'm going to go buy it on Johns' recommendation. So you go to my gear guide, you click my affiliate link, you go to Amazon, you're all there and ready to go. And then you're like, I watched a Mr. Beast video the other day, and he mentioned this plugin called Honey. Why don't I try that? So you install it, you put the code in, and you press the Honey button. And it goes. What it does is it goes and looks for coupon codes. So you might be able to save a little bit of extra coin. Maybe it's going to find you a 3% or a 5% or a 10% coupon, and you can save a bit extra. So that's the basic premise. And this all comes to you for the low, low price of $0. Now, we've talked about this before, but when something costs $0, you are the product. I don't care whether it's Facebook or YouTube, anything where you get a service for free, quote unquote free, you're the product. So companies don't make things and put things out there into the world through the goodness of their own heart. I mean, sometimes they do. Occasionally people give you things for free, and that can be quite deceptive because, hey, I put out things for free, but guess what? My free products that I put out there, they do actually have things like advertising attached to them. You can watch any of my videos on YouTube right now for free, but unless you're a YouTube Premium member, in which case you've paid for YouTube, you're probably going to see an ad or two. Now, I try to put only 1 or 2 ads on a video, especially a video like this one, but sometimes creators will push that envelope and they'll want to add more ads to create more revenue. So I say all that to say that Honey had to have a revenue model. And for the longest time, all of us thought, well, like all these other sorts of things, they're clearly making money by getting additional kickbacks from the product, from the coupons. The people that are putting the coupons out there that want you to buy the things, well, they're going to get a piece of that. So, for instance, brand X, I'm not going to even use a brand because I don't know which brands are and aren't working with Honey. Let's say the brand X works with Honey and they provide a 5% off coupon. When you go to Honey and you click that button and you're buying it somewhere, Honey will take 1% and then the 4% goes back. So that company is actually incentivizing Honey to put the coupon code on there. And for the longest time, that's kind of how we thought things were working. Turns out, not quite so much, because the biggest thing confronting folks like me, which is a content creator on YouTube, is that what was actually happening, and this was all kind of exposed in a video by a creator called Megalag, and I'll link to the original video. I highly recommend watching it. Very well put together, well-produced video, and apparently there's more to come. So Megalag put this video together and talked about what they had discovered. And what they had discovered is this. So If you're not aware, someone like me who has a gear guide, again, you can go to studiolivetoday.com/gear. I have a gear guide. I use affiliate links. When someone clicks on an affiliate link, what it does is it sends you to, say, Amazon.com, but it adds my little code, my little tracking code to that link. And it also puts a cookie in your browser. So you know that thing where you have to allow cookies? Yeah. One of the things that a cookie does is if you've used an affiliate link from me or anyone else, then what that does is it tracks it. And if you make the purchase, you pay the same amount, but they break off a small chunk, usually in the vicinity of 3 to 5%, and they send it to the creator. Here's the problem. Here's what was uncovered is that when folks did all of those things, all those steps right up to that point, but then they had Honey installed and they clicked the Honey button, yeah, you're probably ahead of me on this one. Honey were putting themselves in between. So they were actually taking over that purchase. And therefore, any affiliate revenue that was made through that purchase went to them and not the creator that referred them. Now, this was kind of bad for someone like me. I've never worked with Honey, full disclosure, and I've never promoted Honey. I've never been paid to say good or bad things about Honey. But for those that had, there were creators like Linus Tech Tips. There were creators like Mr. Beast. There were creators like Marquez Brownlee who had worked with Honey. And here's the weird thing. They actually have affiliate links as well. So if you've ever watched a Marquez Brownlee video and he's talking about a new product, very, very often you'll go down to the description of that video and there'll be a link to Amazon for you to buy that product. If you liked the review and if you recommended it and you go and buy it, then that's an affiliate link. Problem was that because he was promoting Honey, any of his viewers that used the Honey plugin, yeah, you see where we're going with this. The revenue that should have been paid back to Marquez was instead paid to Honey. Now, who are Honey? You might be saying right now, you're like, who's this Honey? Where did they come from? Are they an independent company? Well, they were, but guess what? Like most good ideas and like most companies that are successful, they were purchased. And who were they purchased by? None other than PayPal. Yes, everyone's favorite money transferring app, PayPal. So PayPal own Honey, and PayPal are the ones who are responsible for the practices that have been taking place over this time. So just again, to summarize that, you install Honey, and then from a creator point of view, the reason that we're a little miffed by this is that for someone like me who relies reasonably heavily on that revenue, so I make a lot of videos, and you might think, oh, but YouTube pay you a lot, don't they? They pay me some through the advertising, but when I'm doing product reviews and when I'm recommending products and when I have my gear guide set up and when you go and buy that gear, that is a substantial amount of the revenue I make from what I do. So as a music educator, as a music content creator, and as a musician in general, it could be the same for you. I've said to folks, even if you are a band or a creator that is creating music and sharing it on YouTube, you use stuff. You should still have a page with all the links to all the things you use. You should sign up to these affiliate programs, because why not? Because there'll be people that ask you, they're like, hey, you make great music. What guitar do you use? You make great music. What audio interface? What microphone? What iPad? What computer? What pieces of software? What plugins? So this isn't just, the reason I'm talking about this here is it's not just a inside baseball creators only kind of thing. It's actually impacting a lot of people, not to mention the fact that you as a consumer were probably thinking, I'm doing the right thing here. I'm supporting John's, or I'm supporting insert creator here, because they said that if I use their affiliate link, then Amazon break off a chunk and send it to them. Instead, you're giving it to PayPal, which doesn't feel great at the end of the day. I mean, PayPal, I've had an interesting relationship with PayPal over the years. And again, everything we're saying here is speculation, and it's all my opinion. But my opinion of PayPal is that there's been some practices that I don't love of theirs. For the longest time, they wouldn't allow you to add a credit card as a default payment method. Every single time I made a payment, I would have to change it from my debit account to a credit account. Why? I mean, you can speculate, but PayPal paid more fees to credit cards than to debit cards. So, of course, they want you to use your debit card, and that's your money, and there's no chargeback then. So there's no credit card company in between that can do chargebacks. So there's that. If you've ever withdrawn money from PayPal lately, and many of us have, you'll notice that a little thing pops up. It's like, would you like your payment instantly? You got to pay an extra 2.5%. But would you like your payment instantly? Yeah. And you've actually every single time say, no, I will wait the 1 to 5 days and not pay an additional fee on top of the fee I'm already paying on top of the fee. So, yeah, PayPal, own Honey, and this is what's been going on. We're going to take a quick drink just for you to let that soak in and ponder that for a moment. And we will continue on because there's more. But wait, there's more. So, yeah, so we've already got the creators. We've got the creators that had the brand deals who were getting paid to promote this product, and then potentially their affiliate revenue was going away. But there's more to it than this because you as a consumer might be thinking, well, I'm really sorry, Johns, that you aren't getting paid that affiliate revenue, but hey, what am I going to do? Because Honey were offering me the best deal on the internet. What a service, right? The way that they promoted it was instead of you manually going and Googling and searching and foruming and Redditing every single coupon code for every single purchase that you make on every single platform, which can take a long time, this actually ingests every coupon. And it'll even add coupons as they're found and as they're used by other people. It adds them. It's like a constantly growing, updating database of coupon codes. On the surface, that sounds fantastic, and you wouldn't care. And I honestly wouldn't care. If consumers, if you as the end user customer got that, and it stripped 1% of the 4% that I get through commission, I'd probably say fair play. I'd say, you know what, that's a great service that they're offering. And if the consumer gets a slightly cheaper price, I still get paid some commission. And this intermediary that's helping everyone gets a little tiny slice. Hey, no harm, no foul. However, it didn't quite work out that way. The reason it didn't quite work out that way is you might think, well, where do Honey get these codes? Who's providing them? And the answer is the partners, the businesses that are working directly with Honey. So there's a third wheel, a spoke in this wheel, because you got your consumers that are using Honey. You got your creators that are promoting Honey, who are potentially getting their own revenue. You got creators like me that aren't promoting Honey, but are definitely having an impact with our affiliate revenue. And then you got the businesses that actually are partnering with Honey. So not the ones promoting it, but the ones at the other end of the supply chain, the ones who are selling a product. So say you're selling shoes, your shoe vendor, I won't name a real one, but your kicksisrad.com, and kicksisrad.com go to Honey and say, hey, Honey, I'm home. No, hey, Honey, I hear that you're good. I hear that you can increase my sales by providing coupons to customers who buy stuff. And Honey will say, yes, we can. In fact, have we got a deal for you? And again, this is all speculation based on little tidbits of information that have been found and that have been in the original videos about this topic. But what would happen, see, is that they would work with Honey, and Honey would say, hey, if you work with us, instead of that 10% coupon that's popping up now, we'll let you kind of decide what coupon pops up. So how about you sign a deal with us and go exclusively through the Honey app, and then only a 5% coupon shows up instead of a 10% coupon. And you can see where we're going here. You can see the slippery slope that's happening is suddenly those that are promoting Honey as this one-stop shop, amazing app that just has every single coupon code, it's actually doing the exact opposite. It is reducing and limiting, because if there's a really good coupon code out there from a third party, it's not going to show it up if that business, if that product or service is working directly with Honey. So it's a very tangled web of intrigue that we have here that's impacting both creators, customers, businesses, and Honey themselves. So PayPal at the end of the day. Now, you may be aware or you may not that there's some very particular things you have to do when you are an affiliate. There's a lot of things I can and cannot say when I'm an affiliate. So when I'm using affiliate links, I can't, for instance, tell you should use an affiliate link to support me. I just have to, in black and white, say, when you use an affiliate link, here's what happens. You also can't do things like put screenshots of products. You can't tell the price of a product. You might notice when I do a video, I'm very vague about the cost of a particular product for a couple of reasons. It can change over time, and it's actually against the terms of service of the Amazon affiliate program, as well as many other affiliate programs. So you might be thinking, well, how is Honey then getting away with this when they're not really disclosing any of that? In fact, you as a consumer may not even know that that's what's happening until it's too late, until you've put that payment through. So, yeah, it is very interesting that this is actually happening. Now, is this the only scandal? Is this the only thing that is impacting creators, that's impacting the world of the internet right now? No, and it kind of brings me to the flow-on effect, the reason that things are challenging these days. Because yeah, my overall revenue with this channel has decreased. There was a bit of a boon around about 2020, 2021 for, oh, I forget. I can't remember why, but all of us were just sitting in our homes buying recording equipment and watching YouTube videos. It was weird, right? It just all happened at once. And then suddenly we all started going outside and doing other things and spending our money on other things as well. So I just thought that there was this natural reduction over that time. But as I delve more into the weeds, I realized that there's a bit of a lack of correlation here because videos that I had before about a product that were, say, getting, let's just use some rough numbers here. Say that they were getting 1,000 views a week. And out of those 1,000 views a week, let's say I was getting 10 affiliate sales per week of a product that I was promoting in that video. Well, that video is still getting 1,000 views a week, and that's reduced. On some of those, I'm getting maybe 5 product sales. On others, I'm getting 1 or 2 product sales. Now, there's a couple of things at play. I'm not saying this is all this big honey problem, the big honey pot that's gone into there. There's ad blockers. There's people not accepting cookies. There's people that are using browsers that actually suppress the information coming from those things. There's people that are using mobile browsers, people using VPNs, putting them in different countries and different, it's very complicated. There's different affiliate amounts that are paid out depending on the country of origin where a purchase has been made. So yeah, it's been made a lot more complex in the last few years. But is this honey situation just one more reason why your favorite creator, not necessarily me, but anyone, is actually struggling with this? With that band who had Amazon affiliates as a big chunk of their revenue, along with touring and along with record sales and all the rest and merchandise, is this another challenge for them? In an already challenging economy, is this another thing? And it's hard to not think about this in terms of the small and medium suffering the brunt while the large rise up even more. And you know if you've watched me here, you know my views. The 1%, the billionaires out there, the big corporations, the trillion-dollar companies seem to be doing less to help and more to self-serve. Whereas those like myself, again, draw that halo around my head. It kind of is with this background. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I'm the angel. But yeah, those of us that are actually trying to provide a quality product or service kind of seem to be the ones that get punished. And time again, we see the people that are pulling the rug, that are attempting to scam people, they're the ones that are actually getting away with it. Hello, how can I help you? Had to hit pause, got a phone call, was a scammer. It's almost like it's a perfect timing because this is the problem, isn't it? That we are bombarded. We're being hit from left and right, and it can become very difficult in 2025 to know what is real and what is not, what is actually genuinely value being provided, and what is something that is going to end up being a scam or too good to be true. So how do we go about it? I don't know. I don't have all the answers. My biggest answer, though, is that if you want to be part of a change or something different in 2025, it is to look for the human. So I'm not talking about the person promoting the big company, but if you look for the human behind it and you judge that person based on their reputation. So if someone is promoting Raid Shadow Legends, or if someone's promoting particular brands of headphones, or particular VPN services, or particular mental health services, or they want you to be a lord in Scotland, if you're seeing this repetitive stuff where creators are all churning out the same content, the same promotion, maybe just have a think about that. That there's obviously some aggressive marketing going on behind the scenes. And look, I've been offered by almost all of the ones that I've just mentioned there. And I'm not saying, yes, me, perfect integrity, everyone else, terrible integrity. But it can be hard when you're watching your bottom line go down and then suddenly you get offered a deal that's too good to be true by a company that, yeah, they seem okay on the surface, but you just get that gut feel about them. Maybe you just need to have that second level of skepticism and just think about it again before you go ahead. So I kind of opened this up by saying if it's too good to be true, it probably is. And if a product is free or too cheap, then maybe you're the product. So I do want you to think about that when you are looking at an offer or when you're potentially considering doing something, again, I'm not saying that, solopreneurs and individual creators and folks like me should be trusted 100% all the time. But look for reputation, look for track record. So in terms of the sponsors that I've had on this channel, I could count them almost on one hand. DistroKid are a sponsor of this channel because I've used the DistroKid service and I believe in them and they provide a great service. BandLab have been a sponsor of this channel before because they create great platforms. Like, it's really cool. They've got a free platform you can use to create music on your mobile, on your desktop. And yes, they have a subscription service now, which they've added, their pro service, but it's still great. And I deal with these companies because I spoke to humans, because I checked their reputation before I jumped in and accepted promotions. So I don't really know what I'm trying to tell you to do here, except to be cautious, except to follow the trail and look for potentially things that are indeed too good to be true. And just remember that a free product or a cheaper product, yeah, you may be the product. And you may be paying with your own data. What do you think? I know we went off on a bit of a tangent and a bit of a rant on this one. I wanted to address it. The bottom line here is maybe uninstall Honey until we get further notice or further information. But for now, I just wanted you to be informed of what's going on because you're probably seeing 100 different videos and opinions hit your stream. So as always, I just wanted to break it down without all the extra bits of drama and just tell you, here's what happened, here's where we are now, and here's where we are moving forward. Once we get an update on this, if we hear back from PayPal, which maybe we will, maybe we won't, then we'll cover that in more detail then. But until next time, folks, please be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, keep creating, and I'll see you next time right here on the Studio Live Today podcast.